Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 9th Hong Kong FinTech Week, an annual event where visions, inspiration, and innovation come together to shape the future of finance. And I'm very happy to see many old and new friends coming together here to talk about this exciting topic. And the theme for this year is illuminating new pathway in FinTech. And it captures where we are right now. At a critical juncture right now in our FinTech journey, we are seeing an unprecedented acceleration in financial developments, most of which are fueled by cutting-edge technologies. Having arrived at this point after marking a number of significant milestones along the way, perhaps it's time to just take stock and ask ourselves what's next for FinTech. Before I delve into that question, let's revisit our overarching vision, which is to nurture a vibrant FinTech ecosystem. Like instruments in an orchestra, so do individual players in the FinTech ecosystem, whether they are agile startups or established institutions. Each player has their own part to play. But let's be honest, a vibrant FinTech ecosystem cannot be built overnight. Technology is continuously disrupting everything, including our financial markets. For many of us, embracing change is not always easy. And sometimes, the process of driving innovation may in fact feel uncomfortable or disorienting. But change is also a very good opportunity to reflect on how we can use innovation to better serve the public good. Our FinTech 2025 strategy is a very powerful testament to our commitment to innovation. Over the last few years, I think you know that we've already driven some positive transformation in our FinTech ecosystem. And I would like to take the next few minutes to share a few lessons that we've learned along the way. First, innovation is not an end in itself, but a means to solve real-world problems. So we need to define clearly the problem statement and use technology to solve it. Whether it's faster payments or better banking services for SMEs, technology is a means to help transform everyday experience and also bring benefits to the real economy. One area that we, in fact, have been focusing on the last few years is cross-border payments. The link between our faster payment system and Thailand's prompt pay is one example, providing customers with a seamless cross-border payment experience and bringing us closer to a world of truly borderless transactions. Another example is the cross-boundary eCNY pilot, which allows Hong Kong people to set up your eCNY wallets locally with linkage to our FPS for cross-boundary payments. Whether you're buying coffee in Bangkok or whether you're just paying a bill in a Shenzhen restaurant, you can actually make payment as simple as if you were in Hong Kong. Another example of using technology to solve real-world problems is the use of technology to address the long-standing pain point in our data ecosystem. By linking up isolated data islands and combining resources from both public and private sectors, we are expanding and diversifying our data network. The linkage between Hong Kong MA's CDI, the commercial data interchange, and the government's data gateway is already now fully operational, helping to address the industry's need for government data, which in turn can be used to support the credit needs of the SMEs. The second thing that we've learned along the way is the need to be really bold in driving innovation. We need to have an almost explorer mindset to try out innovative ideas, even if they are at a very formative stage. One good example is our project in tokenization, which is just taking shape as we pioneer different use cases and solutions with Project Ensemble to explore and define the tokenization landscape. Working with the industry, we hope to showcase how innovation and regulation can work together to create new opportunities for our financial markets. But a major trend like that inevitably comes with a need for clear guidance and also market confidence. And we value your feedback and views when we navigate this quickly evolving landscape. And that's why we are engaging with market players through both the Ensemble and stablecoin sandboxes to help us formulate the regulatory requirements that are risk-based and also fit for purpose. Our third lesson learned is the importance of collaboration. Innovation thrives only when we come together. Cross-border and cross-sector partnership let us tap into different network effects and our collective knowledge while playing to our individual strength. Numerous collaborations are already underway between the HKMA, different institutions, jurisdictions, and also FinTech players both locally and globally. These partnerships, whether they're big or small, have proved to be essential building blocks that support further progress. I've talked about the 3 lessons that we've learned so far. The need to focus on real-world problems, be bold, and be collaborative. And these same 3 lessons will be steering us into our next phase of our FinTech journey. So what's this next phase? While we have yet to chart out our FinTech 2030 strategy, which will only come next year, I can tell you now there are 2 areas that the HKMA should definitely focus on in the next few years. The first area is tokenization, including the novel idea of FinTech coined by the BIS. If you don't know what FinTech is, turn to the annual report of the BIS. Chapter 3 there explains what it is. But let's first make clear that tokenization is not the same as crypto assets. There's been some confusion purely because both are riding on blockchain technology, but don't mix them up, they're not the same. Crypto assets are by nature more speculative, and our stance is to let it grow and develop while putting guardrails around it to protect investors. Tokenization, on the other hand, is an innovative way to record the value and ownership of money and assets in digital form on a programmable ledger. And this will make it much easier for individuals, corporates, and financial institutions to access and trade these assets, thereby creating a much more inclusive ecosystem that benefits everyone, whoever and wherever they are. We believe that tokenization has the potential to create hyper-connectivity between users, data, and services that is essential to drive economic progress. And that calls for a visionary shift to align with the constant advances of technology. The BIS has also recently introduced the FinTech concept that I talked about, and that envisions an internet-like network of interoperable financial ecosystem that places individuals and businesses in the heart of financial interactions, and that's very important. Many of the ideas and concepts from the FinTech, in fact, resonate very closely with the HKMA's tokenization project. We envision a future where tokenization integrates seamlessly with both financial and real-world assets, enabling operations and transactions otherwise impossible with today's technology. Now, you might be wondering, how can something as virtual as tokenization or blockchain connect with tangible assets in the real world? Now, let's take the example of trade finance. If you are an SME importing goods from overseas, traditionally, you face a mountain of paper documents, like bills of lading or invoices. But with tokenized electronic bills of lading, you can now transfer these digital assets to a financial institutions very easily over the blockchain in exchange for funding. Unlike a mere PDF copy of bills of lading, this approach allows you to track real-time shipment status on the blockchain, eliminates all the paper documents, and also reduces the risk for verification, and importantly for banks, lowers the fraud risk. And we are actively exploring this through our Ensemble sandbox to resolve frictions in trade finance. If that is successful, you can imagine that tokenization can actually bring a lot of SMEs into regional and global trade. Tokenization also ties in with green and sustainable finance, as it may open up new business models and opportunities for businesses and investors. For example, tokenized carbon credit traded on the blockchain can offer better transparency and credibility in carbon data, helping us tackle the issue of double counting, which bedevils carbon trading today. Another example can be found in the infrastructure for the EV industry that Ant is pioneering. By leveraging real-time data from EV charging stations, we can turn the energy generated into a stream of tokenized revenue, and that can be sold to institutional investors. We are looking closely at this model because it's got the potential to be replicated in various settings, which will help mobilize funds to support the transition into a low-carbon economy. The second area of focus is what Chris has just talked about, which is AI and data, and which will help build a smarter and data-driven financial future for everyone. And I would like to expand on these two keywords, smarter and data-driven. When I say smarter, I'm talking about the need to promote digitalization in the banking industry while ensuring that we put the right guardrails around it. And in recent years, the banking industry has been leveraging AI to promote efficiency, to analyze data, and to enhance customer experience. The HKMA stance is very clear. We are committed to encouraging and promoting responsible AI adoption. In fact, back in 2019, we already outlined the high-level principles on the use of AI by banks, and that policy guidance remains highly relevant today. Then we see the explosive uptake of Gen AI in the past 2 years. Gen AI has the potential to transform how financial institutions operate, innovate, and also engage with their customers. As we stand at the dawn of this revolution, the HKMA recognizes the opportunity to provide more targeted support to accelerate Gen AI development by collaborating with the best minds from various sectors. In order to achieve this, we have launched various cross-sectorial initiatives, including our FinTech series, research projects, and training sessions, all aimed at expediting digital transformation. And financial institutions are already actively exploring the vast potential of Gen AI, ranging from risk assessment to anti-fraud detection and customer interactions. And in August this year, just 2 months ago, we launched the Gen AI Sandbox in collaboration with the Cyberport to unlock the full potential of tailored AI applications catering to the unique needs of the Hong Kong's financial markets. And this innovative platform allows banks to pilot Gen AI use cases in a risk-managed environment, complete with technical support and also targeted supervisory feedback, which is important to encourage new technology. As we move forward, the HKMA will take an interactive and iterative approach, carefully evaluating the results of the sandbox and also sharing best practices among the banks. We will also provide additional supervisory guidance as necessary to ensure that the adoption of Gen AI promotes responsible innovation while maintaining the integrity of the banking sector. So what about data-driven? Because AI is always connected with data. And the aim here is to harness the power of data to reinforce Hong Kong's leading position as a smart digital economy, both locally and globally. And in order to do that, open data flow is key. And domestically, we have two initiatives. One is the Commercial Data Interchange, CDI, and the other one is the Interbank Account Data Sharing, IADS. Both will continue to integrate data networks which used to run in isolated silos, and that will help simplify KYC and credit risk assessment, thereby helping the SMEs secure bank financing more easily, faster, and hopefully more cheaply. Meanwhile, we are working closely with the mainland to facilitate cross-boundary data sharing, first by expediting the pilot for cross-boundary credit referencing with the mainland credit reference platforms. And that will allow SMEs with cross-boundary operations to make full use of this full set of credit data to enhance their access to bank financing on both sides of the border. Internationally, we are now collaborating with the BIS Innovation Hub on a project called Project Aperta, which is a new one. It aims to connect domestic open finance infrastructures across jurisdictions to enable secure and consumer-consented sharing of financial data. We believe that seamless cross-border data portability is important to allow consumers, for example, to open overseas accounts much faster, and also help speed up international trade at much reduced cost. What the future may hold for us is uncertain, but we are committed to charting the next phase of financial innovation with continuing efforts in at least the two areas that I just talked about, tokenization and AI. Ultimately, we envision a borderless fintech ecosystem where innovation will drive business development. To realize this vision, we must dream big and push the boundaries of what is possible. Let's all embrace the spirit of innovation and collaboration as we move together forward. If we liken our fintech journey to an orchestra playing a symphony, we are about to begin the next movement of our fintech symphony. We don't really know what that next movement is, whether it will be a fast allegro or a slow adagio. But what we know is that the stage is already set, the instruments are well-tuned, and the world is keenly waiting. Hong Kong's commitment to shaping a vibrant and dynamic financial future has never been stronger. Thank you very much, and I hope that you will gain a lot of useful insights in the coming week. Thank you so much.